Recently, LEGO revealed 3 new LEGO Star Wars mechs that will release on August 1st. And while a lot of people love the Boba and Vader mechs, the general consensus is that the Stormtrooper mech is the worst one. Now, while it may be the least exciting figure to get for a $16 mech, I think it's actually the best mech for anyone who wants to army build Stormtroopers. Here's why. Despite $16 being far too much for one Stormtrooper and making it impossible to army build them properly, it's a good thing. Because if stores like Walmart, Target, or even LEGO themselves realizes the Stormtrooper mechs are not selling nearly as well as the other ones, then I can see this going on a pretty decent sale only a few months after its release. Probably around a 30% sale, which would bring the set down to roughly $11, which still isn't great, but hear me out. If you can find a way to sell the extra parts from the set, which might actually be worth something if the Imperial logo on the mech is printed and not a sticker, you could be looking at a decent return on your purchase. Probably around $4 to $8 depending on how you sell them. That brings the cost of the Stormtrooper down to around $5, which is about what a Battle Pack minifigure costs while on shelves. But wait, there's more. If this set reaches retirement and it still isn't selling well, you could likely see it for 40 to 60% off, especially at common retailers that need them off shelves. An insane sale like this would bring your total cost for the minifigure down to around $2 after you sell the parts in the set, which is a crazy good price. But a lot of you watching are probably asking why you would ever buy this set if you don't like the minifigure's design in the first place. One of the main issues people have with this set is the white hips, which I actually like and fully approve of, and that's because the white hips are actually accurate. Now, looking at pictures of Stormtroopers from Rogue One, A New Hope, and even The Mandalorian, you can tell the Stormtrooper is mostly white but features black undergarments near their waist, which is covered by their belt and armor. For the longest time, LEGO would use the black hips on their Stormtroopers because technically they do have black hips. But what isn't accurate is how visible the hips are, which is why I think LEGO is fixing that and going with the more prominent color that's shown around the waist. Now, aside from the white hips, some fans also believe the torso didn't need a change and it looks a little weird now. But much like the white hips, it's actually extremely realistic and a solution to another accuracy problem with the older LEGO Stormtroopers. This photo from A New Hope shows it best. The upper half of their torso shows some texture in their armor, but does it look like it's a solid black color to you? It doesn't look black to me. It looks like a very light detail, kind of faded, which is exactly what LEGO's upcoming Stormtrooper looks like. Now, as far as the legs go, they're literally perfect. Comparing them to some photos, we can see the black undergarments are showing a bit on the right knee, while there's a small belt on the left leg at the knee as well, which, much like the other parts of this minifigure, are executed beautifully in LEGO. Now, this minifigure is easily the most accurate LEGO Stormtrooper ever made, and while you may like how other Stormtroopers look more, there's no denying the realism shown in this figure. However, the one thing that LEGO could have done to make this figure not only the best LEGO Stormtrooper, but the perfect LEGO Stormtrooper design possible, was instead of printing the belt on the torso, print it on the hips. I sat down and kept going back and forth trying to figure out if the belt is above the waist or right at the waist on Stormtroopers, but upon looking at dozens of pictures, I'd say it's probably at the hip and should have been printed on the hips in LEGO. Although I could still see it being slightly above the hips. Now, besides this small flaw in the Stormtrooper design, this is hands down the most accurate and, in my opinion, clean Stormtrooper design LEGO has ever created. And as they continue to ruin clone troopers, I'm glad they're doing something right. Although the majority of the fan base won't look into it too much and decide to blindly hate on LEGO for this, at least those who are willing to listen can recognize LEGO's great job on this figure. Now, with that being said, I hope I swayed your mind a bit on the Stormtrooper, and if not, tell me why in the comments below. If you don't agree with me, make sure you unsubscribe and leave a dislike on the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Have an amazing day. Peace out.